Good morning. Today's the first day of the new season of the new NFL year. And even though there have been a lot of moves by a lot of teams, and now today you can actually sign them. And I'm going to talk about the Giants' moves. So, Joe Schoen's did an alright job upgrading the defense. I mean, a little bit of an overpay for a Debo, coming off a broken leg and whatnot. So, we'll see what happens with that. And then yesterday, they picked up Holland. And I can understand Giants fans' frustration that, you know, you almost offer them the same type of deal that McKinney got when he was with Green Bay. Just, you know, inflation and cap inflation and shit like that. Almost, you know, slightly lower. I mean, I understand Shane's trying to, you know, make up for his mistakes and whatnot, but yeah, we got a swing tackle and hope he's better than the Zudu. And then we got upgraded the defensive tackle, you know, another depth piece and whatnot. And then they brought back Darius Slayton. I don't get how you basically doubled his fucking salary. He's going to make $12 million this year. And there were so many quality receivers that are getting less. They could have just waited to see what, you know, Cooper Kupp could have went cheap, maybe seven or $8 million. You know, DeAndre Hopkins went only for $6 million. You know, I forgot who signed Westbrook-Akine. He had 9 touchdowns last year. Oh, Miami did. He had 9 touchdowns. And look at the contract he got. But yet you give $12 million to a wide receiver who had 7 targets in the last 4 games of the year. And had 7 drops. And demanded a fucking trade. Oh yeah, let's bring him back. And let's double his fucking salary. We still haven't upgraded the guard position yet. We'll see what happens today. You know, the only good news is you got to compensate an extra 3rd round. I mean, it could come in handy. I mean, we got 5 picks in the first 105 spots. So, and now we're going to get to the quarterback. You know, I don't understand these content creators' fascination of Aaron Rodgers. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to elevate this team? We don't even know who's making the fucking play calls this year. I mean, you can only narrow it down to 2 people. Brian Dable, Mike Kafka. And look at the last 2 years under them. 31st and 32nd. And now you're going to bring Aaron Rodgers in here for a bridge quarterback that you may not even, you know. No, I said it and I said it for a while. Just get Jacoby Brissett. He would be comfortable handing the reins to whoever you get in the first round, whether it be Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. You know, everyone thinks Jackson Dart's. These people think they're gonna get Jackson Dart's gonna be picked third. If the Jackson Dart gets picked third by the Giants, that'd be just as bad as the Daniel Jones selection. Just as bad. And it doesn't matter who they get. Not Jones. Joe signed with Indianapolis today. It doesn't matter who we get. Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. Fuck, you know what? Why don't we just end up with Mac Jones? Let Mac Jones be, you know, because those are, you know, because you know that story's going to come out. Well, you know, he worked with Brian Dable at Alabama, so, you know, it would work out. You know what? Just sign, you know what? Whatever it takes to get Brian Dable fired, because it doesn't matter. This culture needs to be repaired. And I don't think Brian Dable is the coach to repair this. Someone else should have. Because the culture right now, in my opinion, is terrible. And bringing in Aaron Rodgers would make it worse. I mean, yeah, maybe you have Russell Wilson, he'd be a little more positive, but do you honestly think he's going to save a locker room? I mean, let's be serious about this. And whatnot. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, let's see what the Giants get today. Let's see who they, you know, if they pick up, you know, a guard or something like that, and more offensive line depth. But I think that they've whiffed all offseason, in my opinion. You know, you could have got a solid defensive coordinator in Robert Saleh. You could have got Deebo Samuel for what Washington gave up for him. And you could have Jacoby Brissett for cheap. And now you're going to throw $30 million at fucking Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Good fucking financial strategy there. And if you want to open up any more cap space, you have to fucking restructure Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence. Just fucking ridiculous. Really is. You know, they gave the Giants grade, you know, a B. I mean, I can say, yeah, it's a B. I mean, I just think it would be more like, I think a C, because of the fact that you gave fucking Darius Slayton you doubled his salary for no fucking reason when there were better quality receivers out there and affordable. Because to me, and all due respect to Darius Slayton, he's too inconsistent. Too inconsistent. Remember we had Kenny Golladay? You'd figure Darius Slayton would have a good year. You know, because they would double team Kenny Golladay. And how'd that work out? And then he was de facto wide receiver 1. He hasn't had no more than 800 yards receiving as a Giant in his career. And now you're going to throw him $12 million? Like, seriously. We could have had Cooper Kupp. We could have had DeAndre Hopkins. We could have DeMarcus Robinson. Just ridiculous. So let's see what the Giants do today. Now I'm going to talk about the Yankees. On how the injury bug has just fucking hit that team fucking hard. And all of these Yankee fans are just want to jump off a fucking ledge about Garrett Cole. Do I need to remind these Yankee fans? Remember that the Yankees went 51-24 without Garrett Cole last year. Before he came back in mid-June. And you know what the Yankees did from mid-June on? They were a 500 ball club. Yes, losing Heel. He'll be back in like until July. So that's going to be an addition right there. You got Max Fried. You got Rodon. You got Clark Schmidt. And hopefully Stroman can round out into something this year. Again, doesn't melt down in the second half. But, and then hopefully, your fifth star will be Will Warren. And he looked impressive so far in camp. But let's see if that translates to their regular season. I mean, we're not a top-heavy lineup team. I just think that we added some good pieces. Cody Bellinger. We got, we could have a solid bench. Dom Smith's been a surprise. And if, losing Stanton, forgotten, who knows? Why don't you just have the fucking surgeries? And all these, and the problem with Stanton, here's my problem with Stanton. If Aaron Boone knew about these elbow issues, why didn't he rehab it in the offseason? When you come into camp hurt, that makes me to assume that you did absolutely nothing in the offseason. Yes, you trained, but you didn't rehab. And that is a problem. I heard whispers, they said that there are whispers about Cole with his elbow in November. Why didn't you get checked out then? But then the Yankees do everything so fucking last minute and don't tell you the whole story. Just like Stanton. Did we ever hear anything about Stanton and his elbows? At all last year? No. And all of a sudden, it's now, they're pretty severe. You had 3 fucking shots. Go get surgery. We'll be fine. You only one person you can't afford to lose is Aaron Judge. That's all there is. That's all there is. We've won without Stanton. We've won without Cole. I think Brian Cashman will get pitching during mid-season, during the trade deadline. And I think Sandy Alcantara is the ideal choice. He's a complete game machine and can save your bullpen. Because the way Aaron Boone uses his bullpen, they will be fucking gassed by probably August. So, and then we'll see if we get, we need a DH. I just think Judge will DH, and then you'll have, Dominguez or, Bellinger. Well, we have a lot of options. And then the lineup options. I'm not really feeling Austin Wells your leadoff batter. I mean, I'd rather have Jazz lead off, or even or Volpe or Cabrera. But I tell you, George Lombard will be ready by probably mid next year if he keeps raking like that, like he did in the spring. And our third base problems, we don't have to go out and get a third baseman because we have somebody developing. Because Lombard Jr. looked pretty damn good at the plate. So, we'll see what happens. I'm not worried about the Yankees. I think they're still a playoff team and possibly a World Series contender. I just don't see any of these other. Just don't see it. So that's how I feel about the fucking Giants. That's how I feel about the Yankees. I mean, the fucking Giants. I understand, Shane's trying to save his job. And once Shane gets the pieces in place, and I think he's going to have a very good draft. My concern is, will Brian Dable develop these players? And this year's class, which was the second best in NFL, can they take the next step and not regress? And if they do regress, that falls on Brian Dable and his coaching staff. And Brian Dable needs to go. And I've said it, Brian Dable will be fired by week 8. You sign Aaron Rodgers, he'll be done by week 5. Because who's going to fucking control that team? Why would you want Aaron Rodgers? Yes, he's going to be 42 years old. He got a head coach and a GM fired, playing for a team that shares the same stadium. But everyone's fascinated. Oh, yeah, he'll get us like 7-8 wins. No, this is a 3-win fucking football team right now. Still. Regardless of what the upgrades meant. It's about, are these players fit the scheme of Shane Bowen? And I don't think it does. Unless he makes fucking drastic changes. Because they whiffed on Robert Saleh, and he should have snagged him the second he got fired. And that was the biggest mistake Joe Shane has made. Because we would have upgraded our defense big time. Even bigger than what it doing. That's how I felt. But we will see. We will see what Joe Shane has today. We'll see which quarterback he takes. In the draft, I still think Cam Ward. I still say Cam Ward. I still say Abdul Carter is either going to go first or second, along with Travis Hunter, and then Cam Ward falls to the lap at 3. That's how I see it. It all depends what Cleveland and Tennessee do with their quarterback situation. And I think, I think Kenny Pickett can start games for Cleveland. And I think that probably could take him out of Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. But they could take Abdul Carter and they would have a lethal pairing with Myles Garrett. But Tennessee needs a pass rush after they got rid of Harold Landry. So it's going to be the next 4 to 5 weeks is going to be there's quarterbacks out there, and there are teams that need quarterbacks, Cleveland, Giants, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, and there's quarterbacks out there, Wilson, Rodgers, Kirk Cousins if he gets released, Mac Jones, Gardner Minshew, you name it. And like I said earlier, watch the Giants settle for Mac Jones. If Rodgers signs with Pittsburgh and Wilson either signs somewhere else. Because do you honestly think Kirk Cousins even though he would be super cheap, do you honestly think he'll be comfortable for a second year in a row handing the reins over to another quarterback, to a rookie quarterback for the second year in a row? He wants to play. But we'll see what happens today at 1:00 when the new year starts, and I think it's going to be really crazy today. I think so. We'll see. That's how I feel about the Yankees. I think the Yankees are they're always they're always going to find a way to win. Always will. The division's not that. I don't think Baltimore, not Boston, not Toronto, and not Tampa. I think the Yankees are still going to be a 93 to 96 win team to win the division. And by maybe 4 or 5 games. The only thing that's going to stop them is the injury bug. And if you lose Aaron Judge for any sin, then that's going to be a monster loss. But like I said, we will be fine without Garrett Cole. Remember, we were the best team the first 3 months of the year without him. So, it'll be fine. It will be fine. We got Fareed, we got Rodon. I think we'll be fine. Just relax.